Happy Thursday. What a beautiful day to be alive. Let me get some more. Like, what's up, Rattle Patch Kids? Okay, hopefully I don't get interrupted. My brother-in-law, I guess that's how you say it. Anyway, he is here doing some yard work. God, why is my heart beating so fast? Fuck. So yeah, he should be leaving here shortly. So if he does knock on the door, you might hear my dogs bark. So there's that. All right. So let me get grounded. Oh my God. uh, yeah, I'm feeling nervous. I feel like going live is always nerve-wracking. It's just nerve-wracking to speak your truth. But I feel like when your voice is shaky, that means it's gonna be fucking powerful. So what a fucking roller coaster ride. I have really been deep into thought, but before we go deep, please take what I say with a grain of salt. If it doesn't resonate, beautiful. I am documenting my own personal journey. And unfortunately, I have to look at the camera for that. So, if I say something that offends you or you get triggered, I'm apologizing in advance. That is never my intent, truly. Okay, so I just want to introduce myself. My name is Dr. Rattle, Death of the Ego, the Birth of the Inner Child, and here is all about rhythm, vibe, frequency, because before we even knew how to speak language, it was vibration. And like ultrasounds and the doctors putting it on the belly and listening for the baby, all about vibration and frequency. I believe everything is energy. Again, this is my own personal belief system. So, with that being said, deeper than that, I've also have 25 years in healthcare. Okay, so I'm not just randomly making videos, like I have depth in my soul. And I love nursing. Do I love nursing? I love helping people. I do not think healthcare is treated fairly. I think that system is broken, like many other systems. Hence why I'm stepping back a little bit from healthcare because it's really exhausting. Um, so there's that. And I am a facilitator. So there's that. So it's not just me creating and like putting random stuff out. There is meaning and there is depth behind everything I do. I also feel like I don't need to explain myself to Venom. And when I say Venom, I mean low vibration. So I just want to do a big brainstorm of what all this is all about for myself to just hear it back through my brain. This is the ER Playground, and here we believe movement is medicine and issues are in the tissues. What does that mean? Well, I believe being on this earth, being a human being, I believe there has been this energy of just nastiness, judgment, war, violence, murder, talking bad about people. My body doesn't understand where does that come from. I don't understand how can anyone treat anyone unkindly. There's that. I've always been that way since I was a little kid. Hence why I've been in healthcare. I love helping people, right? And it's just what a fucking crazy world we are in. So ER Playground, this is a space where we can just be us, right? And you would think just being you is easy. It's not. At least not for me. It is not easy being myself because I like to be expressive. I like to be kind. I like to treat people the way I would want to be treated. Totally. They'll be all right. But here we are. And so My whole nervous system has been fried. Is there any other soul where their nervous system is just fried? I'm exhausted. Yeah, I'm exhausted, and that's okay. I'm realizing it's okay to be exhausted. It's okay to be tired. It's okay to be scared. I'm also scared, not just doing this, but just life in general. My dad will always say, keep your head on the swivel. I never really understood that terminology until I've gotten older. So I wanted to create a space where I can just be myself. And I was getting tired of being told, oh, you're safe here, only to realize, no, I'm actually not safe here. And so that's why I created the ER Playground. I just needed to cope. I needed to do internal work. And I needed to connect to my inner child. And my inner child is Rattleby. And you might, what is an inner child? How can I explain that? If you ever seen SpongeBob or Rugrats or Teletubbies or Animaniacs or Pokemon, I mean, though that is inner child energy. Those are adults just like me going into their inner child creativity and creating these beautiful creations. And so I've asked myself, I'm also realizing there's a lot of double standards, and that's fine, right? Until it isn't. So, anyway, the ER Playground is my sanctuary. Some people love to go to the gym. Some people love to be out in nature. Some people love being in their garage working on cars. Whatever floats your boat. Me personally, I love being in a space where I can see my reflection, to be kind to myself, and to move my body and to witness myself and not to shame myself. Because another thing I realized being on this planet, we have been taught to judge us. Judge, looking yourself in the mirror, oh, should have, could have, would have, or I'm not this, or I'm not that. Noise. Because here, our philosophy is really, really beautiful. Another philosophy that you are whole and complete. You are not broken, right? I keep telling myself over and over again, we are in space. And this earth, believe it or not, did not always exist. We breathe the same air. We came out the same way. We're going to leave the same way. Now, now, what else? Okay, BFF. When I thought about BFF, the my best friend, my inner child, right? And when you go to a park, normally maybe you bring your BFF. And so where I go, Rattleby goes. He's my inner child. He's my bestie. And he reminds me, you're not what they say you are. Weird, whatever the fuck Venom has to spit. You are whole and complete and beautiful. And you are not this avatar. You are an energy source. But do you think they teach us that in school? No. So, BFF also means birthright, right? Um, freedom, frequency. Yeah. And then X2 means this is higher vibration. Like I am a high vibrational soul. I've been that way since I can remember. I'm just deep. But this is source, spirit, channeling. I don't really know how to put it in the right language, but that's pretty much how it is. This is a higher vibration, right? Okay. So now that we have the title out of the way, and I've been working deep with my designer who helps me create the banners for YouTube, and we've been chatting, and he's just been like, you've been changing your banner a lot, and I'm like, bro, I fucking know. Like I don't know what I'm doing with YouTube, but I also realize I need to stay true to what I feel internally because at the beginning, yes, I wanted a rave. Yes, come move your body with me. Yeah, feel good, right? Until you keep getting flagged, until you keep getting blocked, that gets annoying and that doesn't make me feel good in my nervous system. It makes me feel like I'm walking on eggshells. Like, who wants to walk on eggshells, especially in the ER playground? So I thought, Rattle Patch Kids, in myself, I thought, okay, if I download Lick, I'll be fine. And Lick is like this membership that they say you can use certain music and you won't get flagged. No, I still got flagged. And then I thought, okay, if I use strictly SoundCloud music, I will be fine. Nope, still got my ass. And y it might sound, "Oh, that's not a big deal," but it can become a big deal because they will shut down your YouTube. Everything that I had been working on would have been gone if I keep getting strikes, if I keep getting copywritten, and it doesn't disperse the soul medicine, right? It's almost like, here's a good example. If you have a straw and you're ready to suck up the milkshake, right? And then it gets stuck somewhere and you can't get all the goodness. That's what it's like. And I work hard to channel and to have fun and create, and then you get that. Who wants that? So after, I don't know, a year, 2 years of getting that, it gets exhausting after a while. Now, hence why we are creating our new vibration. And that itself is a fucking journey, and it feels very liberating to create your own frequency, your own sound, and I understand it's not fucking shaking our ass and getting all wild. There is a time for that. But then I have to go back. I didn't heal that way necessarily. And what do I mean by healing? Because I believe every day is a process. I am not perfect by all means. I try my fucking very best. And part of that is showing up for myself. Even when no one else shows up. Like, I have no idea who's watching this except my spirits, my ancestors, my dad. Ash is right there. Love you, Dad. And the two thumbs up, I see you. Hi, how are you? Um so yeah, it's been very challenging. But when I started my like headphone journey, I was about 4 or 5 years old, and it was all cool, right? I remember when fucking headphones, like walkie-talkie, was it walkie-talkies or Walkman? Damn, that's fucking crazy. Now we use like AirPods, and which is, I can't even find my AirPod case, so one of those days. But anyway, music was fun until it became my safety blanket. And what do I mean by that? Well, if there's anyone who is witnessing this, if you ever heard violence, if you ever heard screaming, if you ever heard your mom getting smacked or just crying or just violence at a young age, I didn't want to hear that. So what did I do? I put on headphones, and I don't know if I wanna use the word escape, but I feel like that's appropriate at that time. I guess I was escaping. I was, like, leaving my body almost, and I was connecting to Prince, Michael Jackson, Guns N' Roses, Mariah. I mean, I fucking love Mariah. Whitney, Celine Dion, Jackson 5. So all of those type of artists. And those weren't like booty popping music. And then there's Britney and Christina, NSYNC, Casey and JoJo. I mean, oh, Tupac, Biggie. Oh, see, don't get me started. I love music. And I love music because it's so beautiful. And it's so beautiful to hear the artists tell their story. And that is what I've been realizing this whole time, is that I have been using their stories. Is that wrong? No. But at some point, I want to share my story, Rattleby and I, our story, and your story. So, there's that. And comments. Let me just read this real quick to myself. I did this part of my project for my leadership. And this also explains what I mean when I say I see you, right? In the 3D world, Earth, medical world, it's intensive care unit. Hopefully, no one ever has to go there. But let me just state this: the ICU approach to movement as medicine, the mirror check from Snake. That's my legal middle name, by the way. The Venom Healer. We can just get rid of that and just say the frequency surgeon. Okay, this isn't fitness, this isn't dance class, this isn't a workout. This is soul work. This is holistic healing. When we say I see you, we're not talking about a hospital room. We're talking about a deeper level of care. I see you. Mhm, mhm. Where your spirit is seen, your body is heard, and your bones are felt. Because true healing doesn't just happen in your mind, it happens in your tissues. It happens in your movement. It happens in your mirror. This is a mirror laced ER playground where trauma exits the body through rhythm, where venom shakes loose through release, where play becomes a prescription and movement becomes medicine. Now, here are some holistic questions, and I'll go first. What are you feeling in your body right now? What am I feeling in my body right now? Well, I'm feeling like I don't know. I don't want to say like goosebumps, but I just feel is it nervous? I don't know. I feel my hands are sweaty. I think it's just nerves. Um but I also feel like a weight is like lifting off of my chest. I feel like an elephant was on my chest. And now I'm just like, I think just being nervous and just starting to get comfortable in my body. Yeah. A little wiggle, a little rattle. Um, and I'm also feeling scared. I think putting out anything is scary. And I think it's scary because you see how the world can be. And like I said before, I don't understand hatred. I don't understand negativity. And then I also get angry because I feel like I don't want to say we, but there has been a program that I've been taught to judge, to make fun of people, to just, uh, I like to use the terminology garbage disposal because I feel like that's what we have been uh, just I don't know, shown like you you feel like you can just be so expressive and you feel so safe and free to do that and you open your heart and then something nasty will come in here like a vomit emoji. What is that? What does that mean when someone spits a vomit emoji? And clearly, I know I am talking to myself. I see my reflection. And that's why I state that I'm very aware that I am talking to a green dot. But the deeper message is some people don't understand when a projection is thrown at them, they might take it to heart and they might think, oh my God, maybe I am ugly. Oh my God, maybe I am fat. Oh my God, maybe I do need to go on a diet. Oh my God, maybe my song does suck. No. But they don't teach us that, right? They don't teach us to shed what's not yours, right? We have been, uh, not we, but society has just been taught that that is acceptable behavior. And I say, no, it's not. So we did I share this moment with myself and to whomever else because we are human, right? And being in a cohort or just being in healthcare in general, you see so many different things. And I think the hardest job I've ever had was behavioral health. And I think working with adolescents, kids. And then I think, oh my God, I am a stepfather. I have a 17-year-old daughter and I have a 15-year-old daughter who is constantly on TikTok, constantly. Thank God they don't go live because I can only fucking imagine, right? So anyway, we did and we facilitated this really cool, well, it wasn't cool at the moment. It was really nerve-wracking, but we did a group. There was a group of us, and it was a body piece. In my brain, I'm like, oh my God, yeah, a body piece, because I fucking love moving my body. And our professor or our mentor was like, yeah, no, it's not like you think it is. We are going to go around and we're going to hold this space, and you're going to be in this circle, and you're just going to talk about your body. And I'm like, okay. And oh my God, what a. I remember getting goosebumps talking about it because it was just so profound when you hear what my brothers and sisters have gone through about and the things that they talk about on their body. Abuse. I mean, it's just out of the water. But what I went up, I talked about my tattoos because they're not random. All my tattoos have meaning. And I talked about some scars on my back just from abuse when I was younger. And I just fucking broke. And just being in a space where you can just be held by your brothers and sisters and not to be fixed. Because again, there's a program thinking, oh, let me fix you. Oh, I have the perfect cure. Come here. Or you're trying to tell someone about your day and then they cut you off and they're like, oh, but did you do this and did you do that? And maybe you just want to be seen. Maybe you just want to be heard. Maybe. So being in that space with my brothers and sisters, uh, what a community. What a fucking community. And that is a huge reason why we have comments off. I can take it until then again I can't. But if anyone ever feels, I'm kind of vibing with Rattle B, okay, I kind of want to move my body a little bit. I kind of want to do one of these numbers or a little bit of. And then Venom says, bro, no, or what the fuck am I witnessing? What do you think's going to happen? Right? So it is called a sacred space for a reason. We don't need chaos, right? And we don't need Venom being a garbage disposal because I don't think shaming anyone's body is right. I think it's disgusting. And when I hear like people calling babies monkeys, I'm like, what the fuck? What has happened to society? I don't know. But that's why we have comments off because I want to feel good in my body, and this place is all about high vibration, not toxicity. Okay. So, what part of you feels tight? What part feels free? I don't know why my legs feel tight. What the fuck? My legs feel tight. Maybe I'm on my tippy toes. I'm like shaking my legs. I'm just energy. Um, but what part feels free? Ah, my voice. My voice feels free. Um, Speaking your truth is not easy. Truly, it's not. And I actually wasn't even going to do this live, but my partner and I we did a reading earlier today, and the card that we pulled was about community. And we are a community here. And I want to say thank you. Let me just fix the tripod. And I feel like with a community, just like with any relationship, you have to build the relationship. And yes, I can post, I can write, I can do all of that. But again, I also want us to feel seen, right? And I feel like what other way to do that than just slithering on here and just connecting with myself, connecting who's ever here, and thank you for the 3 thumbs up. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. Now, let's see what another question. So that's just some questions, and the reason why I'm stating this is because I really take this seriously. And I have already helped 2 beautiful souls. Okay, let me just tell you about my project. Let me tell myself about my project. So I had to do 6 hours of community service. And what I did was I had 2 individuals, the Rattle Patch Kids, real humans, not from YouTube, but actually people that I had met through my my class that I was teaching. Because yeah, like here's the thing, I am just now taking this to the digital scene. Um, but I was hosting a dance class, even though it's not dancing. I didn't know what the fuck to call it. Fluent expression, fluent movement. And I had a guy, beautiful soul, beautiful brother. Oh my gosh. And I had a sister, because again, we're all about the masculine and the feminine energy here, the oneness. And so basically I had to record 6 hours of content with these individuals. And so what I did was the Rattle R experiment. So they rebirthed their inner child, they did mirror work, and I would ask them questions like I just asked, but I asked them different ones. But before we even started, they would go to the mirror here in the downstairs in Era playground, and I would say, tell me 3 beautiful things that you love about yourself. Just 3. And if you can't do 3, can you at least give me 1 beautiful thing that you love about yourself? And you'll be amazed what these beautiful individuals stated. Okay, so some questions I asked was, what emotions are surfacing as you move? So I would play a song, and then they would move their body, and then I'll hit pause, and then I would pick any song. Like I would pick Britney, or then I'll go back to like I would play some Whitney. I would play all types of music, and they would just move their bodies, and I'll pause, and then I'll ask them the questions again. And so here's another question: are you still holding someone else's judgment? Ain't that the truth? What are you processing right now? Where is venom hiding in your body? What truth are you trying to rattle out? This is holistic healing, not just mind, not just body, but soul. And if you're here, then the healing has already begun. Welcome to Holistic Healing File. Welcome to the Rattle Playhouse. Okay. So those are some, oh, here's some more good questions that I asked. What wants to move right now? What feels safe enough to be expressed? Oh, let's pause. A safe space, right? So we have comments on. I mean, this is not like rainbows and butterflies, I wish, right? But Venom. And Venom is going to be spitting at a screen, their own insecurity, their own inner child dialogue. Because what we learn as a facilitator is that, especially in this leadership program, that you have your healthy self, and then you have your wounded self, and then you have your survivor self. You're defensive because you're protecting your wounded self. You've been hurt. So I believe that is what happens. I believe I trigger something. I don't mean to. I'm just showing up. I'm just fucking breathing. I'm just showing up for myself. And then I'm getting, what the fuck am I witnessing? Bro, no. What's in your fridge? This is the world that we live in? No, I can't. Fuck that. Mm. I love myself too much. And I love you too much. No one deserves to be bullied. That's what it is bullying. And it's it's really immature energy, and I have compassion because I understand they're not actually talking to me. They're talking to a screen. They are triggered. But again, there's been a cycle when people go live or when people put out music or whatever it is. You just breathe wrong, and venom is gonna come at you. So just no, man, I can't. So we covered some ground, and I really just wanted to get that off my chest that this is new to me. Right? Like, I understand the titles have been changing, but I feel like as snakes, we shed, right? We shed into our higher vibration. That's at least my philosophy here. And this is more than just a rave. This is intimate connection within. And it feels, I don't know, I do know, it feels different. Not using other people's vibration, like Rihanna, Britney, like Prince. Come on, Michael. I want to use all of them. Truly. But then I realize I'm ready to fly. I'm ready to actually shed and be in the unknown. And that's okay. But I also feel like for the Rattle Patch Kids, it's cool to have our own kind of vibe. It's kind of cool to do something that no one else is doing or creating. Granted, yes, we have DJs and yes, we have artists. Yes, and yes, and yes. Fuck yeah. But we're a little different here because not only do we create it in the lab, we embody it, right? Right then and there, baby. And it feels so personal. Like last night, my partner was just reflecting. We're going through a lot, like just fucking kids, man. Like, ugh. It's a lot. And just holding that space. And I think one of the hardest things, especially in partnership, is just listening and witnessing and saying, okay, I am not here to fix. I am just here to witness and hold the space. And then I fucking release that shit because I don't want to carry that, but it's heavy, right? So anyway, I was just reflecting, and as my partner was talking to me, I glanced up at the moon and the stars, and then lyrics just start coming into my brain, like eye to eye, soul to soul, heart to heart, just like being in the presence. And like I feel if well, when I do create it, it'll be so much easier for me to embody and to channel. Like with Hit Me Baby One More Time by Britney Spears, fuck. But I'm not in her brain. I don't know what she was feeling when she was writing that. It might sound weird, but there's really power behind that. When you create something that came from you, your soul, and then you can embody it and express it and do how you want to do all the visuals. I mean, it's just, it's like a fucking playland. And it was interesting. My partner was giving me a massage today. Thank God I needed one, and we were listening to Odessa, fucking amazing artist. Like, damn. And it's interesting because I haven't been listening to any other artists from the last week. The last week I have been headphones in my ears, listening to our vibration, doing visuals, lyrics, the whole shebang. And that's a lot of work, by the way. But it's beautiful work. And I'm just so honored and grateful that I can share it and create it. And it's going to be coming out like eggs because I feel like it's soul medicine. And you really never truly know how a vibration can change someone's life. I mean, think about Mariah Carey. Like, anytime you need a friend or a hero or we belong together or Michael Jackson's Butterfly, or they don't really care about. I mean, you just never know. And I feel like it's almost as deep as this. If there was ever a cure to cancer, why would I hold that back? Right? And it's the same thing here. If this soul vibration from God that we are channeling and creating, you never know how it can help someone. So put it out, and it's okay if it's not perfect. And have I ever created music before? No. However, I love writing, I love storytelling, and with beats and the with instruments, I understand it so much because 'cause I've been around it for 37 years. And it not only around it, but it's been in my physical ears, constantly listening to musica. So, ooh, that felt good, talking to myself. What else do I need to get off my chest? Yeah, so that's where I've been. It's been hard because I've been really wanting to create like injections, shorts, so to speak. But I'm like, I don't want to use other people's sound right now. I just don't. I think part of it is that's the discipline in it. Um, and I think if you go to any artist, their Instagram or TikTok or whatever you want to fucking call it, you don't really see a lot of other people's music. You know, you see their stuff, their medicine. Yes. Okay, so that is what we are going to be working on. So it's 3:35 right now. I am going to do some work, going to start creating some little music videos because why not? And then yeah, the goal is to be in the ER playground tomorrow. My sleep schedule has been fucked. Just going to bed late and my brain, I just feel like it keeps thinking about creating music and lyrics and blah 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 blah. So that's where I'm at. All right, beautiful souls, Rattle Patch Kids. It has been an honor to vibe with you, to chill with you. Whoever's here, I'm here. Shit. Rattlebee's here. And the three beautiful souls that gave the thumbs up, you're here. And thank you. So yeah, we're all about kindness here, unconditional love, not about fixing, just unconditional love. And I feel like that starts with me, right? Me showing up for myself, me staying true to what I believe in. And I understand this is not for everyone, and that's okay. But we can still be kind. Yeah? I got rid of TikTok today. I know. I had to. I couldn't. Doja Cat. Love Doja. And I guess I'm not the only one who gets Venom. Whoever loves Madonna, Madonna was getting Venom. I guess she was live. And this is the stuff I'm talking about. Like, what? Where does that come from? God. Anyway, she was going live at a concert and Venom was saying, "You're too old, you're too this, you're too that." And then, I normally don't say stuff, but today I was just like, I'm so over this. So I wrote on Doja Cat's page and, very heartfelt. It wasn't bad. It's never bad. It's just truth. And someone commented underneath my post with two earths, which I have no idea what that means. But I don't want to read too deeply into it. It can mean fucking anything. But I just feel like TikTok is just chaos. I said it. I just feel like it's fast food. And I know you have Venom here too, but it's not as bad as TikTok. I just feel like TikTok is fast food. And we want steak, we want salad, we want water, right? So anyway. All right, Rattle Patch Kids. It's been real. Much love.